Hi guys, Artiar here. So today we'll be diving into the biggest question or the most asked question in the community and also my own Discord server as well. Which unit you should actually invest your special Lattice into first? Because special Lattice is the most rarest item in the game. You don't really want to mess up stuff. It will actually mess up your order or the progression in your account, right? But before we jump into it, let me just say something. Everyone got their own preference, which is totally fine. So this list is based on my playstyle, and assuming I have every single of them with my brick account, assuming I have them, alright, assuming I have every one of them with a limited amount of special Lattice, who would I actually invest to? Okay, so everything is just based on my experience, based on the beta server and also the creator server as well, and everything here is personally prioritized if I have the access on every unit. So whether you agree or not, I hope this helps you to have a clearer idea of what you value or what can you expect from your choices. You can disagree with me, but because everyone have their own playstyle, right? So I'll be going according to the order here. So the first one, it will be Lian. So Lian here is our starter character. I know a lot of you actually want to reset Lian, but to be honest, Lian is actually a pretty good unit. It's a pretty good DPS unit, but most of the time we want to reset her because at the time we probably have a better unit and we have the reset event going to end soon. We want to actually get back the special Lattice we invested on Lian to invest it on a better unit. So is Lian really that bad? Not really, right? But I would say she's at a strong but not urgent. Like probably you want to use Lian in the PvP content in the future because her turn meter still, her effect is still bringing a very good value into the game. Her kit is pretty solid. Just that because she's a big banner Esper, the player feels like they are forced to use their special Lattice on her instead of their other favorite character, so they want to reset her. But she's not really that weak, to be honest. She's actually very strong in Tormation and the other general PvE content as well. Just that I understand you want to reset for a better unit. You have LD unit, light and dark unit, you want to reset them and invest. It's totally understandable. Alright, then the other one is Rumoka. So Rumoka here is one of the best green DPS you can have and the best DPS you can actually have in Doki Doki as well. And not just Doki Doki, you can also see Rumoka in PvP content and her kit is actually pretty solid. So in my opinion, if you want to use Rumoka, definitely it will be the highest priority because you have to be your DPS. DPS actually having the main or the most game-changing thing in the game because some of the time the supporter will already support you without any skill up, but the DPS actually hold a big portion. You want the DPS to survive, you want the DPS to have a little bit of tankiness for survival, you want the DPS to actually do more DPS, and then you want the DPS to get extra stats through the prowlers thing as well. The skill 1, skill 2, skill 3, every time you unlock the special Lattice, it will give you more extra stats, which is also very important for the DPS. So you will see I will actually rate a lot of the DPS to higher tier instead of the supporter. So Rumoka, in my opinion, if I have her, she will definitely be at my game-changing power spike tier list. Then the next one, Rahu. So Rahu, I know my previous early progression tier list, some people actually disagree with that, but in my point of view, I do think Rahu is not really that good at early stages. Rahu will be very strong at more like when you're reaching to late game, you have more investment or the more resources to invest on Rahu. But at least in my opinion, I don't really feel like Rahu needs that high priority at the early game. Alright, when you have very limited resources, I don't really want to invest into Rahu to make him more tanky and make him like increase the stack of the Wrath he's able to get, and then the chance of getting more stack as well. I don't think that it will be that good. So in my opinion, it will be strong but not urgent because yes, Rahu, you see Rahu in some PvE content, but most of them actually is heavy invested. But in my opinion, I won't invest him at the moment. Even if I get Rahu, I will actually wait longer time instead of investing to Rahu now. I'm not saying that he's weak. Okay, then the next one is Claws. One of the best debuffer you can have in the game, one of the best unit I actually wanted to have, but I can't have it with my brick account. The skill up here will increase some multiplier, will have increased the chance of the defense down and speed down to 100% instead of like some RNG chances. It's basically all about increasing the chance of applying the hacking progress or the hacking the debuff. In my opinion, is very effective, but not like game-changing power spike, is because she as a, I would say, a debuffer, right? She has a debuffer even without the skill up. I do think that the rate of landing the debuff is pretty high already. I don't really think that you need to make until like 100% unless you want to make it very consistent, or else I don't really think that you need to max out her skill. May probably go until like 100% of the defense down and speed down, but not really like make it max skill. Overall, I won't really have the highest priority for her. Then the next one, Lilith. So Lilith here really depends if you want to invest on her. Like Lilith itself is not bad, just that it's a very high investment unit you want if you want to use her. So in my opinion, I will put Lilith at decent gain but can wait, because if I have Lilith as well, I will save my resources for other unit instead of Lilith. Alright, it's not really my playstyle. Then the next one is Freya. So Freya here, I'm using Freya without any skill up at all. The Freya here will increase the chances of inflicting Nightmare, increasing the damage boost of the Nightmare, will increase the Dream Wealth chance of applying through the S2, and then the S1 also increase the chance of applying Nightmare and also the Dream Wealth, which is all about her passive kit, increase the chance to apply. Is it good? Yes, but most of the time I still able to land the debuff without a skill out Freya. So in my opinion, I will say strong or probably decent gain but can wait. Not because Freya is bad, just that I don't really think Freya needs the skill up to make her strong, because everything increased in her kit is very minimal. All I need is Freya to be fast. It just build her fast with the shell and the module, and then as long as she can land the Nightmare, it's all good. The rest of the kit, I don't really care. Then the next one, Celine. I hate Celine so much because she keep coming to my account. Alright, but skill up, if you skill up Celine's here, it will increase the chance to apply the Forgetfulness and also the attack down to 30%. It's a minimal increase, and then the passive here increase the shield amount as well. Then the S1 here will increase the chance of the debuff. So overall, in my opinion, it is niche or low impact for early investment. I wouldn't really invest on Celine at all until I reach like end game. I already maxed out my other unit. I have extra perfect Lattice. Probably I will consider for her, or else I won't really touch her at all. Then the next one, Borg. Borg is actually a pretty solid unit. He doesn't create, but the damage he's able to do is actually very high. Overall, in my opinion, I will say it's strong but not urgent, or probably very effective somewhere here. But based on my own playstyle, I will say he's around strong but not urgent. Like if I want to use him, I can still use him without the skill up. It still works perfectly fine. Then for Rosa, in my opinion, is instantly up to the game-changing power spike. Rosa as a DPS, you'll get more the more stats as well. And then when you're skill up, you also increase the chance to reduce to apply the speed down. And most importantly is the S2 and the S1. The S2, the passive here, you increase the chance of applying the Blade Heart Bloom, which is the core unit of Rosa. You want Rosa to actually apply the Blade Heart Bloom on the target, so you can assist more through the debuff. And then the debuff here, when you max out the skill 2, you increase the follow-up rate to 100%. It's no longer going to be a 70% or 75% for the assist chance. It's going to be 100% consistent assist. It's going to be so strong. And then the main output of the DPS is the S1 from the basic damage from Rosa. It will also further increase the chance of reduce the turn meter and also increase the damage. Not to mention the extra bonus that you're able to get. So in my opinion, Rosa will be a game-changing power spike when you max out her skill. Then for Tiamat here, if you skill her up, you're going to increase the chance of taunt. You're going to increase the true damage added from the base of the current HP from ultimate form. You're going to increase the shield you're able to boost. You're going to increase your S1 ultimate form and reduce the HP trigger as well. At the same time, you also increase your demon mode S1 AoE damage. And Tiamat is actually a very strong unit for Doki Doki as well. Even though I have Tiamat, but I don't have the resources to invest on Tiamat currently. So in my opinion, it's very effective. She can be a sustained unit for your team with the sheer amount of increase. She can be a DPS for your team as well. It's a very strong unit, but I won't say it's until like game-changing power spike, but I will say it's very effective. That's the reason why we have the same tier at the same color. Then the next one I would say is Tsukuyomi. When you skill her up, you increase the turn meter. Instead of like 60%, if not mistaken, you're gonna increase up to 80% or 100% and increase more turn meter for herself as well. And then your S2 here will increase the rate of the damage you're gonna do, increase the chance you're gonna apply the silence. Your S1 here also do additional damage. So overall, it's a very solid unit. But I won't really invest her at the beginning. I would say it's strong, but not really that urgent. It's because she will be shining in PvP, but if you see people actually use Tsukuyomi, it's most likely they're using her for the buff. For the turn meter boost, most importantly is the attack up buff, the speed up buff, and the turn meter boost a little bit of add-on, right? You don't really need to max out her skill or skill her up that high priority because overall her kit is already there. It's just a matter of how many turn meter you want to get and how fast you want the CD is. Or else everything is already there, you don't have to really go through too many of the RNG thing. Then for Xiada here, I have Xiada. I have like two copy of Xiada already. Xiada just keep coming to my account. I know I like her, but I don't really want her to keep coming to my account. Alright, so Xiada here, if you skill her up, you have to increase the chance of applying defense up to 60% if you max it out. You increase the multiplier as well. The passive here increase your crit rate, increase your crit damage every time the Soul Flame evolve, and then you also increase the S1 chance to steal the buff and also the multiplier. So in my opinion, she's a DPS, right? But if like in terms of blue DPS, we have Rosa and Xiada who have the higher priority. I would go for Rosa. So in my opinion, Xiada is strong, but not that urgent. Like she's gonna be strong in PvP. Like if you keep getting buffs, she's gonna keep on buffing herself. She's a pretty solid unit for Doki Doki as well, which I'm using currently. So, but I really don't want to invest the special lattice on Xiada currently because I feel like the other unit needs more. Like the Xiada kit is already there. It's more about just the stats, right? Then for Linglord here, skill up increase, basically the healing increase the heal boost, reduce the cooldown, increase all the healing effect. Basically everything about Linglord is healing effect. So in my opinion, decent game. Why? Everything is already in her kit. You want the heals, you want the dispel, the immunity, everything is already in there. So it really depends on, do you want to skill up the min-maxing of the healing effect, like from 12% max HP boost to 14% max HP heal. Do you think that 2% worth it? That's more like min-maxing in my opinion. You can probably cover that from extra stats or probably from Shell, getting the healing increase. So overall, I would say the skill up on Linglord is decent gain. I don't really will skill up Linglord at this kind of phase. Then the next one is Hellkit. Hellkit is actually a very strong unit that can actually do some, he can be a debuffer for the attack down, he can be a stun, he can be a buffer for your team with the shell, which is a sustain unit as well. So overall, if you skill up, then the barrier, the shield amount is going to increase, which is good, and then will increase a little bit of multiplier, which is a little bit of add-on. You reduce the cooldown, which is good. Then you're gonna increase more damage multiplier in his skill to increase the barrier. Basically, it's all about increasing the barrier and the stun. So, it's good or not? I would say it's pretty effective. Like the shield amount increase is pretty good. And I will actually do that as well if I really need the shield amount to be more tanky in my team if I'm using him as a sustain unit. But yes, at a very effective tier. Then for Beyonce here, Beyonce, if you're already using her, in my opinion, most of the people are using Beyonce now, doesn't have the skill up or actually using her just for the attack up or the crit damage up buff. And the skill up actually give you the revive through the underworld flower to increase the HP recovery. So most of the time, the increased HP recovery, I would say, is more effective in PvP because you want your unit that revive gets more HP back, right? But most of the time when we're using Beyonce currently, it's more about just using for her buff. It's using her as attack up buffer, crit damage up buffer, and not really using her for the heal. Sorry, not for the heal, for the revive. So in my opinion, Beyonce will be at decent gain, but not that urgent. Yeah, just based on my opinion, because most of the time we use Beyonce because of the buff. We can nuke the enemy fast. Even with revive, we don't really need that 5% or 10% increase without using our perfect lattice. So I will put her at decent gain, but I can wait for it. Then for Veronica here, you increase the damage multiplier, you increase the chance to spread the buff to 100%. and then the buff still increase up to 80%. It's still not going to be 100%. It's going to increase like 20% if I'm not mistaken. And then you increase the shield amount for your team, the HP remove damage to the enemy, and also the chance for the attack down. So Beyonce, at this phase, I would still say it's decent gain, but can wait unless I'm going for PvP. But I'm not really that PvP player. I really want to progress in my content currently for PvE, so I won't really invest my perfect Lattice to Veronica as well. If I'm using Veronica to actually steal buff, I would actually just use Viper or the other the other enemies to actually just dispel. Then the next one, Krolos. So Krolos here, if you skill him up, you increase damage multiplier, and then you also increase the skill damage boost after every cast, and then you also increase everything. Basically, is your final damage increase, your chain lock duration increase, your S1 multiplier increase, and then the chance to reduce your CD is also very good. The S1 here, if your skill up is S1, the skill 1, you have a chance to actually reduce all his shell and also his skill CD by 1 turn. This is very, very good, and if you skill him up to max, it will increase to 50%. That is very effective. So in my opinion, it's a game-changing power spike, because the chance of reducing your cooldown up to 50% is going to be very high. Instead of like 20% or 30% RNG chance, 50% is a very, very solid range to go. And if you're using Chloros, you can be used in Tornation, Union bosses as well. She's a very strong single target unit as well. Because I don't have Chloros, that's the reason why I'm using the thing. So yeah. The next one is Mia. So Mia here, basically, if you skill her up, it will increase the healing effect and the chances of dispelling. So I would say it's the same thing as Linglord. It's basically about the heal. So but I think I can actually cover up the heal part with going through the module or going through the shell system. I don't really need to skill them up first. I would say the DPS have the higher priority, right? Then the next one, Doki Doki. So Doki Doki here, if you skill her up, you increase the turn meter boost from 10% increase to 12% per boost. You increase the amount of backup stack you can have. You increase the turn meter boost. You reduce the cooldown. You increase the passive data stream boost is able to provide to you. Overall, it's some min-maxing increase. For my opinion, it will be decent gain, but can actually wait unless you're actually trying to use Doki Doki in PvP, and then you want the extra additional speed from the after the perfect Lattice, you're gonna get some extra speed, right? Unless you're going for that, or else you don't really need to skill up Doki Doki in my opinion, because everything in her kit is already there. Just that it's about like, do you want that extra little bit of speed, or do you want that a little bit more of turn meter? But I don't think it's that high priority. Okay, then the next one is going to be Meal. So Meal here, I would say is actually pretty effective if you are skilling her up. If you're using Meal, it's very good because of the turn meter steal and spread for your ally. And then the chances to steal increase, and then you reduce the cooldown is also very good. And then the RNG chance for you to increase for the freeze is also very good. So overall, Meal is actually a very strong unit for a controller and also for a buffer for the speed up for your team as well. It's very effective, but I don't think it's until like game-changing power spike, because it's just increasing the chance of stealing, increasing the chance of freezing. Overall, her key is still there. Alright, but it's pretty effective because you want to actually get a little bit of speed through the prowlers thing, the GP outpost. You want to get a little bit of stats from it. So overall, I would say it's perfect, very effective, or probably as strong but not urgent. But in my opinion, I will put Meal at very effective. Then the next one, Marcia. So Marcia instantly go up to the game-changing spike, one of the best DPS you can actually have. And you have Marcia, probably you're using Marcia all over your places, all over your content as the main DPS, right? So max him out, increase the multiplier, basically more DPS. You increase some effect like ignore defense is also even better. Increase the ignore target passive is also even better. Basically everything in Marcia is going to be very good. You can even max him out because all the multiplier increase basically increases DPS. And then if you increase his S1, you also increase the duration of getting debuffing the vulnerable for 2 turns. So instead of 1 turn of vulnerable, you can make it to 2 turns. It's going to be a very solid vulnerable debuffer as well. Then the next one is Shadow Sanya. I hate Shadow Sanya so much because she's the first one to actually break my account. I have 2 copies of Shadow, one copy of Shadow Sanya like when I summon, I got some 2 Shadow Sanya, right? I have 2 Doki Doki, I have 2 Celine, so I really hate them. Alright, so Shadow Sanya is not really that bad, to be honest. I start seeing people actually using Shadow Sanya as a DOT team. But you have to max out the S1. The skill 1 of Shadow Sanya is very important. You want the chance to inflict the DOT through the passive is 100%. If you max out the S1, you also apply the DOT. So it's very effective, but I don't think it's game-changing power spike. But it do make DOT team possible if you have Shadow Sanya and you max out a S1, which I refuse to do that. I rather invest in other unit rather than Shadow Sanya. This is a bit base, okay, base, but this is just my own opinion. Then the next one is Lily. So Lily here, she's the first supporter I would actually say to be the game-changing power spike. You actually want to max out Lily's skill. So what is the reason is because Lily can be actually using for any content now. You increase the chance to extend the enemy CD. You increase the effect of the skill CD to reset all the skill CD. You increase the turn meter boost through the twin trick as well. You increase the duration of crit damage. Most importantly, this is the first thing you want to max on Lily is the S1. You increase the chance to actually boost the turn meter, and you increase the assist chance to 100%. So the main reason why people play Lily is because you can put the twin trick into your main DPS, and every time Lily do S1, and then your main DPS will also follow up with a S1. And then you don't really want the assist chance to be RNG. You want it to be 100% consistent every time Lily S1, then your highest DPS will also S1. Then you want it to be very consistent, so you actually want to max out Lily at least the S1 to make it 100% consistent to assist. So if I have Lily, alright, imagine I have Lily, I will put all my perfect Lattice on her. But Lily refused to come to my account. That's so sad. Okay, then the next one, Heinrich. So Heinrich here, when you skill up, you increase the damage multiplier, you increase the crit damage boost from the last word, which is the unique debuff to the boss, and also increase the block chance duration to 2 turns. You basically increasing all the debuffs he's able to do, and increase the chance he's able to dispel, and increase the chance to do some more damage. So overall, I would say it's very effective. Not until like highest priority, but I would say it's effective because the chance of getting dispel is good. I would say the debuff landing chance is also very consistent already, but probably very effective is because he's also making as a sub DPS role. So if you max him out, you increase the chance of dispel, which is good, right? And the multiplier on him will actually not be wasted. Not like the other character here, their multiplier not really that effective, but Heinrich's multiplier is actually very good. He can actually be a AoE damage dealer as well if you max him out with a DPS build. So overall, he's not like the other supporter, like decent gain, he's actually gain very effective. So yeah, that will be my take who I will be prioritized on using my special Lattice first, based on my current experience with the game and how I know about the game and how I like to play with it. Or if there's someone you think that I actually underrated them, you can always let me know under the comment section. I always want to hear different kind of point of view or different kind of voices, so everyone have their own different judgment, right? So if this helped, don't forget to drop a like and sub for more Etheria Restart content. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye bye. Special thanks for the direct support on the YouTube membership. So for the benefactor of Artiar, which is JenMP, SPVCEJVMQ, Trendcan, thank you so much for your support. And also special thanks for the supporter or patron of Artiar, which is Louis Schneider, Agni, Wang Tamer, Ziggy, Kamaruki, Sunwaltz, Rimu, Choni, Antonio Winterspoon, Cragran, Calamity, Rokos Tendions, Jordan Alons. Special thanks for your support. And also special thanks for the Super Thanks MVP, HMZ, RY, and X, Reeds. Thank you so much for your support. Special thanks for the direct support on the live stream super chat for the latest tag. Thank you so much for Code Wardeners, Calamity, Agni, Love Fatima, Fatima Little Underwear, Bloods, Riku Fred, Choni. Thank you so much for your support.